Welcome back to Gypsy and Scully. Today I'm going to explain to you why I chose my LCP 380 for carry and conceal. And I also am going to show you a little bit of my range activity and a review on the gun after 3 years of owning it. Maybe 4. Didn't count correctly.
Let's see how you did. Yeah, you still got it. At the range of 7 yards, you just shot the heart out of that target.
Hi everybody. As I said before, we're back on the range. I am telling you exactly how and why I shoot what I shoot. I shoot and carry the LCP.
You moved too fast for me.
Sorry, I was bringing it up. The LCP 380. This is the older version, and I do have pictures of the Max. I've had this for 4 years. It's been a great gun. I have only had one little hiccup with it. It shoots everything I ever put through it, except when the springs start to go in it. After 3 years of having it, or almost 4, I began having a problem where it wasn't ejecting the rounds. That's when I first started doing these videos. I showed you that at the very, very beginning. We fixed that very quickly with a new spring package. $25?
Yeah, about $25, $26 for all the parts.
Online through Midway.
Nope, those came straight from Ruger.
Oh, through Ruger. Okay. Very simple fix. You just pull apart the gun a little bit. It's not a lot of stuff. You can pretty much do it yourself if you don't feel comfortable doing it.
Any competent gunsmith can do it, and anybody who's good with tools. Truthfully, it only took me one tool to change.
2, because you use that magnet.
Well, okay, the magnet, sorry. She's correcting me. She's right. I used a magnet and a small punch. And you just needed that to change the extractor and the extractor spring. Everything else that we changed, which is the recoil springs, just drop right in. So
I picked this one up for approximately $200. And this is my original, yes. This is my original. It is Pebbles. They will be colored. I've already talked about that in another video. Cerakoting is a big thing down here in PA, and there's a lot of them around. I am just waiting to get up enough money to be able to Cerakote. This one is going to be purple and white, or a pearlized white. And this one, which is blue, which is going to be blue and white, like Smurfette, because this is Smurfette. And this one is Bam or Pebbles. Pebbles. Pebbles stays in my pocket, in my purse, or in my carry position. At all times. Because number one, I don't believe you're safe unless you're carrying something. Now, if you feel pepper spray is the only thing that you want to carry, I totally do not feel that that is an inadequate weapon to use to get yourself out of a situation. Where I work and what I do puts me into some pretty hinky situations. I'm right off of a highway, and there have been many robberies in different stores just off that highway. I'm in a hotel. Quite often I work the night shift, but even if I was on day shift, I still want to have it on me. On day shift, I put my pebbles into my, I'll be right back. Carry conceal purse. And she goes in there just fine. Same holster and everything. Not much heavier. My purse is not much heavier than it normally is. I do carry the entire world in my purse, including
That's true. It's the bottomless pit.
Including a small, and not going to help anybody in a shooting situation, first aid kit. I pretty much have like Band-Aids and alcohol wipes and stuff like that inside of my purse at all times. I carry my phone on a front pocket.
I'm going to back up a little bit so they can get all of it.
I carry my phone in the front pocket right here. And then I'll carry my glasses for work and my pen for work. If I feel or I'm working with other people right around me, when I bring my gun in, I can lock the lock on it. These are...
Is that bulldog?
Bulldog.
Bulldogs.
They're a lot more expensive than going out and buying a gun, but I do 100% believe in a bulldog. The only thing I have to say is don't lose the keys.
Yep, I agree.
Don't lose the keys. It's very hard to break into these things if you lose the key. And you'll hear people say for self-defense, don't put your purse over your shoulder. Okay? Yes, if somebody pulls on it, they're now pulling you around. But here's the thing. When you're carrying a weapon, and that doesn't matter if it's a mace or whatever, those items are going to be in your purse or with your keys. And most of the time, anyone who carries a purse knows this. They throw their keys in their purse when they're walking around or in their pocket. Well, if that item isn't directly on your body, which is, I consider my purse to be directly on my body, okay, I unzip. I can shoot left-handed or right-handed. If I need to change hands, I can change hands. Am I still in the frame?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I backed up.
Not having a gun on you is the biggest thing that I want to say. If you don't carry and you have the ability to, do it. As a woman, it does make you feel so much safer. If you wouldn't mind, move on over here. I started out on the Taurus
856.
856, 380.
Nope, 38.
38. I keep messing that up. 38. I was already a gun user before. I had never used handguns before, but when I decided to start carrying, I wanted a small gun that was going to be easy for me to use right off the bat. And I'm going to tell you, this gun right here was my best friend. Yes, for about the first month, I shot the crotch out of every single target I had. And yes, when I first started shooting it, it's loud and it really pops your hand good. You feel it in your hand. But doing that, I believe, got me ready for this. Now, this does, it rocks you a little bit. I'm not going to say it doesn't do anything. There's no, oh no, it's not going to, no. They all will give you some rock, okay? They will either pat at the back of your hand like they're slapping you, or they'll push your hands.
Can I say something quick? A lot of people will say that the little 380 pocket guns are snappy. That's a good way of saying it, right? It's snappy.
What is
But
snappy to you?
what is snappy to me is a short, quick, sharp hit. Like snapping a pencil. Snap.
Okay.
Okay.
What's snappy to me is when somebody slaps me across the face.
Well, that's slap happy. No, that's.
When I feel it in my palm, what I'm actually feeling is more of a jolt. I hold my gun very tightly. I do not get more than 2 fingers on it.
Turn your hand this way. No, just
I don't care if it isn't loaded.
No, I'm just saying do it that way. You can see that you can get 2 fingers on it with the flat base mag. And of course with the pinky extension.
This is what it came with, but there was a second that was like this in the case. And we just switched it out because I don't care for that. I want my hand underneath. And what I believe it does for me is by putting my hand under here, it gives my gun a flat level surface to set on.
Right. I think the term snappy was invented by a guy.
Well, guys shouldn't use an LCP.
And I can tell you that gun jumps around in my hand, so yeah, I would say it's snappy. Sorry.
I don't know if it really jumps around in my hand.
You can see in the video it doesn't.
Okay, well, to me, it pushes me and I feel it come back into my hand, but I feel no pain. I don't feel it like slapping. I keep my hand under here to help keep it. And when my wrist goes, my pinky stays right there. And I do feel it kind of pushing, like it's pushing back on my hand. And that's why I use my 2-hand hold. I will show you in a few minutes just the 1-hand hold. I am left-handed. This is, well, I do have it set up as a
it's right-handed.
Right-handed gun.
I don't
You're
think
supposed to be able to do that, but what I do is I do that. I use my middle finger.
Nobody ever does quick mag changes on a LCP. I mean, honestly.
There is no safety. I did not want a safety. So my choice in guns went a little bit different when I started choosing another gun because I wanted something, and I'm going to show you again in my right hand.
You can dry fire.
Once I started pulling back, it takes a bit.
Let me zoom in here.
You hear that. I hear that.
Yeah.
It's very noticeable. And when I am pulling it, I don't know where I put my...
I think you take your purse off.
This is what I carry my LCP in. It is a pocket carry because LCPs are meant to be a pocket carry gun. But if you've ever seen a woman's pocket, which I know you have because you're watching this as a woman, and then as a man, if you've ever put your hands in your girlfriend or your wife's pockets, you've noticed that you can't get more than this much of a gun in their pocket. Unless it's their back pocket.
Or they're wearing guys' jeans.
Or they're wearing men's jeans, okay? Most of the time, women's pants are gonna be tighter on them. I am not a skinny woman, okay?
I'm backing up
when
again.
you, skinny. When I carry something like this, my SIG 365 or SAM, I put it in the small of my back, right about here. I find it easier to be able to pull out from behind me than to try to carry it on my side. Or I can put it in my pocket of like my riding jacket, but I can't carry this the same way I carry this. Yes, it is only 6, 7 when it's fully loaded with the one in the chamber rounds, but I do well, as you could see, with this gun. I can hold on to it. I get 2 good fingers around it. I pull myself right in so that the bottom part of my hand,
Let me get up closer here.
so that the bottom part of this part of my hand
Okay.
is wrapped all the way around my gun, right over the knuckle, going over this way. Then I bring my fingers in and pull tight there, putting my pinky right into the bottom of my hand. Then I put my thumb here, and I put my other fingers here, and I pull down, and I put my finger inside the trigger. Now, when I pull it out, it's very quick movement. Because I know once I feel the gun inside that bend of my fingers, I've got a good hold on this gun. Guys can't do that.
I can't.
I don't know a single man who has a small enough hand, and yes, my hands are not small. That's my middle finger, honey. Okay, let's do it this way.
Let's do the sausage fingers.
Uh,
I do it this way. I don't know.
I'm not able to see. Am I in the right spot?
Yep, you're good. See? Big sausage fingers.
But not tiny fingers. I don't have little girly hands, but I also don't have manly hands. It's something else you need to think about when choosing a carry conceal weapon.
That's why you never have your boyfriend or your husband choose a gun for you.
Yeah, my husband told me not to buy this gun.
I did. Honestly, I thought that gun was just going to be too much recoil, too much jumping around. And boy, was I wrong. I did suggest the revolver for her first gun, but that's something I've done for a lot of people when they're first talking about their first guns, is I always suggest a revolver. Learn to shoot double action on the revolver, and then everything else becomes...
And this is
So
double
much.
action.
Yes, that is double action.
This is double action as well. So when I put my finger in the trigger, I don't do one of those little tip of the finger things. I put my whole finger in there and I pull the gun that way. Okay?
All right.